Drums, 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 drums. Drums, 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 drums. Drummy, 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 drums! Ow! Drum, 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 drum. All right, hey, y'all, welcome back. I'm Daniel Ziegler, and I'm sitting behind the Ludwig Questlove Pocket Kit. I've had this for like 5 months now, and I love this kit still. The video I posted of me opening the box and putting this together is like the most popular video on this channel. I get questions like once a week about the kit, so I thought I would hopefully answer some of those questions and tell you that I still love the kit and maybe give some better sound examples. Shout out to John Valt and the Evil Robots, Mr. Josh Harper. He left a set of 57s and a 52A. Anyway, he left some microphones over when we were recording one of his songs the other day. And so shout out to him. I'll put a link to his music down below. I'll put a link to the original drum video down below if you haven't seen it. It is ridiculous. So let's talk about the kit. I think I still prefer a little muted. Okay, so since the last video, I have upgraded the cymbals, tuned the drums. I've tried everything with these drums. I've taken off the front beater head of the kick drum and put in a tambourine in there. That was cool. I have tried tuning the toms super low and super high and muting them, and I've ended up with something in between, a kind of muted sound. But the biggest thing is that I'm a better drummer, A, and B, I've upgraded the cymbals. So, why don't I play a little bit and then we'll talk more. But I have a bass drum mic, snare, tom, and then an overhead right here. In case you're wondering, this is real nerdy. Nerd alert! But I have put the two 57s equidistant from the kick drum beater, and the overhead is the same distance from the kick drum beater to the snare drum head. Hopefully that's given me a better phase relationship. When you have a bunch of microphones together, something weird, you can cancel out your sound if you're not conscious about this. Anyway, nerds, let's play some drums. You like that? Okay. So, I think these drums sound great. Particularly in this room, I have a pretty small room. It's like 10 by 10. It's a small square room. It's treated, you can see these acoustic panels. My dad and I built these last year. And so the room sounds pretty good. It's not super echoey. It's kind of dry, a little, I don't want to call it dead because it's living, but... And I think these drums fill up this room very, very well. If I did that another drum kit, the walls would fall down. So yeah, I still love this kit. I think the biggest thing about it is that some of the hardware you have to figure out, like the kick drum pedal started falling apart. The springs on the sides started coming undone. I'm tightening them right now. So you can learn a lot about, oh, see, it's happening again. The top bolt or nut or whatever, the top nut. The top nut comes undone and the spring falls off. Other than that, I haven't had any problems. For this price, I got a whole set of hardware that works great. People have asked me about if this will support a bigger cymbal. This is a pretty big ride cymbal, but it supports it fine. It doesn't make a ton of, it doesn't vibrate a ton even though it's in the bass drum. So I like that. But these cymbal upgrades make it sound 100% more pro. The cymbals that came with it are kind of cool. They sounded like a really funky lo-fi thing, but these are so much better. So why don't I play a groove with these cymbals, and then I'm gonna pop the other cymbals on so you can see the difference. Thinking of groove computing. When I see this now, I would probably use this, if I had another stand, I would use that as my crash right now. The thing I like about my new ride is that it sustains. This doesn't. This sustains for like 5 seconds. The other one sustains for like 30. Oh, I'm 6 feet tall and these drums feel fine on me. That's another thing that people ask me a lot, is about the height of the drum set. Tell me what you like so much about the other video, if you would, so I know. But I think what you liked is that I made a track, starting with the drum beat, that showed not just like the solo drums, but I put guitar and bass on, and so I'm gonna do that again. So I'm gonna keep playing that groove. I'm gonna turn that little groove into a song. The thing about gear is that, like, you can make some really great recordings with a very limited budget type gear. My first recordings were on a little 2-channel interface, and I sold every single copy of every one of those things I made. So it sounded like music, and that's that. In fact, I probably learned how to do things really well with a limited... I'm glad I had limited equipment to start with, because I learned how to do things better. I know what each one of my pieces does really well now. The other day, it just seems like I got a bunch of stuff all at once. I got a new preamp, new hi-hat set, and all these drum mics, like, in the same day. Kind of cool. And I'm really pleased. I feel like I have a professional kit. The shells themselves and the hardware, to me, are great. This is not a big, deep boom snare. It's higher, but I like it. It sits well usually, and if you can get it, you're gonna have to work with the tuning and all to get it to not ring so much. But if you can adjust um, if you can adjust the snares right and the heads right, it should not ring too much. So, like I've said, I've used these on my recording projects, and I've recorded them for my stuff and for clients, and people are happy with the drum sounds. So, I'm very happy to tell you that they work well. All of this is to say that 6 months in, I love this kit. I still love it. It's like the center of my room. I've played guitar a lot more than I've played drums, and I'm a lot more proficient at it. But I have really learned a lot about how to actually play the drums. I even had an electronic kit before, but you don't learn dynamics as much with that. Like with this, you learn how to, like I learned, for instance, like when I first started playing, it was like, but when I listen to records, I mostly hear like, I think this kit is great for, I've used it for big rock, with some EQ and compression and saturation. You can make it sound like a pretty big kit. I've put in samples also to supplement the kit, so I'm playing the kit, but then I have the sample of a giant kick drum and a big snare. I prefer the sound of this, honestly. I don't think drums need to be this huge thing. Like, I'm not Led Zeppelin, so maybe that's my style of music. So, anyway, I love this kit. I can't recommend it enough. Apparently, I'm selling them. I'd love some cut of that money. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. I would love to take that. But yeah, what I'd really like is if y'all would start sending me manufacturers. I will show your gear off and I will use it. So if you're looking for a budget kit that works, that it doesn't fall apart, I prefer these to like I don't know, I can't think of a brand, and I'm not gonna diss anybody, but I played a bunch of budget kits. I used to work at a music school that had drum kits, and I've played all the budget kits, and I like this one by far the best. Maybe that's because it's here, it's in my house, but I really, really like this one. I like that it's small. I would rather have a small, well-made kit than a bigger, crappy kit. So I'm enjoying it. Thank y'all so much for watching, and much love. Mwah.